It's now over to you, okay? So you're going to be working on your tables, thinking about some of the things that we've just talked about, but recognizing that within this room, there are over 20 countries represented. You all have your richness and the diversity of your languages, you know, and I would really encourage you to make use of your different contexts and your different languages within this exercise. So you're going to think of 5 words each that you associate with genomics. This can be anything. This could be a feeling, this could be an image, this could be a word. So just take some time to think about 5 words related to genomics and genetics around your context. These could be words from your own languages. I don't want to be prescriptive about what it is. So, and write each of those words down on a piece of paper. Go. You've got about 2 or 3 minutes to do this. So, what we're going to do next is, you know, language is obviously important when we engage others. And it's also important as we engage ourselves in, you know, in this workshop. And some people might think that, you know, language is perhaps, you know, writing or writing poetry is a very solitary activity, but it can also be a very collaborative activity. And, you know, just as an example, there's a long history in Japan of writing collaborative poetry around a form of poetry called renga. And this is where people contribute verses and pieces of a poem together, and it can be a very big honor within a certain community to be chosen as the person who leads or who opens the poetry and the poem. So, and I want to see the reaction on everyone's faces when I say this. You're going to write some poetry now. Oh, a sneeze. He's clearly allergic to writing poetry. What you're going to do is, using the words that and the expressions that you've just talked about, put these all in the middle of the table so that everyone can see them. You've got big pieces of paper, flip chart paper, and you're using at least 10 of the words, it can be more, using at least 10 of the words or expressions or short sentences that you've come up with as a table, you're going to write a poem. So it doesn't have to be a classic poem. It doesn't have to be. It can if you want to. Give me some haikus. But no, it can if you want to, but, you know, clearly we're not all poet scholars. So, you know, it could be a short piece of prose. It could be a short piece of writing if you want to, or it could have a rhythm, but I don't want you to feel that it has to be in a certain way. But you're going to use the words. The important thing is that you're going to use the words to collaborate around a poem in some way related to genomics. You know, you choose what that is. So you're going to have about 20 to 25 minutes to do this. So go about it how you will, but at the end, only if you want to, we're not going to make people do this, only if you want to, you can read out your poems. Okay? Go.
Married a kleptomaniac who is left-handed and balding. His Anyola is Sawela. Anyola is clan. Is he a gore? Is he ill? Whether by choice or by design, can't really tell. Is it in his Remo? Remo is blood. This gene, this Timbe is character. I fear it will follow my kids. Alas, what can I do? My heart still loves him.
There was a young man called Felix, defined by the invisible helix. It linked him to family, but mutation made diversity. It's a complex world, genetics.
I was once but an egg, holding a growth map, but no direction. Through blood and chance, I found my characteristic. an expression of inheritance from those that came before me. I am an embodiment of my ancestral lineage, Ronda Rudi. Yet I am still unique. I have become a seed in myself to extend my family lineage into the future.
I did not write my book of life. Half was written by my dad, half was written by my mum. They wrote identical stories, and every day I read my story of sickle cell. I did not write my book of life. I read it at home, I read it at hospital, I read it at school, and I'm told it cannot be rewritten. I did not write my book of life. My future is uncertain because of it. They tell me that I may not live long, and my children may get to read my story.
So ours is called Phức Tạp, which means complexity in Vietnamese. How can we understand the infinite complex code, the chain that links us through evolution, what makes each individual wonderful? A story so vast it fills me with fear and wonder. I know it's important, but where does the human end and the fruit fly begin?
Asili, in the beginning.
Adapting, moving, multiplying, failing, growing by chance, failing by design.
Darwin said it's beautiful.
Founding research by founders, decision makers, help sciences to be very, very fine and develop science.
It is beginning and source.
But it's only the tip of the iceberg.